All right, guys, welcome back to another video of Shaman J. Well, I'm going to try to give it to you the 10 lineup in 10 minutes. Google has been dropping a lot of content on their 10 lineup and they're pushing it hard. And I can respect that. It's the best way to market is for you to control the narrative instead of letting someone else control it. Tell your story. And so what Google is doing, just like they did last year, I guess the phone started to leak. So they said, you know what, screw it. Here's the price up front at the event. Now let's get onto the phones and go past this. So every other day or so, at least once a week or a few times a week, they've dropped something on the phones. And today is August 12th, and they've dropped another teaser, this time on the Fold series, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Now, if you haven't been following along, they've announced that this phone will have a bigger battery slightly. It'll be thinner and, just a little bit more lightweight. But I don't believe that they're doing it right. I believe that they missed out on an opportunity by not staying in this lane. They had this lane captured in the United States. Shorter, wider, and a different aspect ratio. They had it locked. And they changed up and went the traditional route, which I think was a mistake. This is like the perfect form factor for a folding phone. It's short enough, but then it could be a tablet too. This is just perfect, man. I think this is great. Not everybody would agree probably, but I think this original OG Fold is a good folding aspect ratio. Now, they went in the traditional sense and bring it like a 6 plus screen on the front and kind of, in line with like the OnePlus Open style. I think that was bad. I don't think that was a good idea because like I said, now they're leaving the door open for someone else to come along. And we've already seen the rumors of Apple's folding phones going to have a 5.5 inch display on the front, which means it's going to kind of mirror that form factor. Because I believe those were 5.8 or something like that. You can correct me in the comments if you want to, but it's the shorter style right here. They're going to leave that door open now to someone else to come on and grab it and take charge of it. And then they're going to get the claim that they created this new era of folding phones. They should have stuck with it. Imagine the current Fold in this form factor. I think it would be a lot better. Easier on the hand, easier on the pocket, because this phone is already a chunky little beast. It's a heavy phone. And then they made it bigger and it's even heavier, it appears to be. So on paper, it might not be, I think, but in real life, it's a bigger form factor. So it feels like it's even bigger and heavier. So I think Google should have stayed in that lane right there and just rolled it out and captured it and got people hooked on it as the founders of that in the United States. Because that form factor isn't new per se, but in the United States, no one was doing it officially. So they could have captured that, but they're going the route that they're going. And, thinner, lighter, smaller camera bump, whatever. It looks exactly like the previous generation, and that's okay because every OEM is doing this. But the Pixel Folds didn't take off and didn't sell well. Apparently, they just weren't as popular. Now, the 9 Pro XL had to be the most popular of them all, I think. But the 9 Pro for me was the one. And then the 9, I got the entire 9 lineup, and I sold the entire 9 lineup except for this one. The 9A, the one that I joked about the most, it's actually a really good phone. It's a solid phone. And I didn't sell the 9 lineup because it was a bad lineup. I sold it to make room for the 110 that I'm going to get. I'm probably going to get 110, and it's going to be between the Pro and the regular 10. Now let's talk about the regular 10 for a minute. Supposedly, there's going to be 3 camera lenses on there, but I have cases in for the 10 and 10 Pro, and the pictures they're using, it does not show 3 cameras on the 10. They're going to be the same size like last year, but it doesn't show 3 cameras. So there's a rumor out there that it's going to be a triple camera setup because there are some official leaks and photos with a triple camera setup, but I don't know if that's going to be true or not. Who knows? Because the things that I'm getting in the office here don't show that picture, but it's just a picture. It could just be a default picture. And the phone does have a triple camera setup. Now, me and Grant dug deep into this. Me and Grant Likes Tech, we dug deep into the cameras that are going to actually be on this entry-level 10 version. if in fact there is a triple camera setup and it is a camera downgrade. Now, some consumers, most regular consumers, will not even notice. They won't even care. They're going to say, ooh, I now have a telephoto, a wide, and an ultra wide. That's what they'll say. But for creators that focus on cameras, I like to use the phones for videoing. This, in fact, is the Z Flip 7 shooting this video. And obviously, I have my DJI Mic Mini paired, but I like to use the phones like this to show you what they could possibly do for you if you're going to vlog or shoot content for your channel. I think it's fair to do so. But if they put on some mediocre cameras just to give it a 3-camera setup, it's not going to play well with the tech community. The tech community is going to eat that up. Now, the regular consumers won't, but we all know how this works. The influencers get on and trash something and they set the narrative, and then the followers follow. You can't stop them from thinking differently. Even if you show them that it's decent footage or you show them it's really good, it's what's done is done. Some people are brainwashed like that. But if they do put on a bad set of cameras, which I don't anticipate they will, they're going to be using a lot of AI. Computational photography is what they used to do great at, but still do. But AI is, and cameras have taken over now. So I'm hopeful that they actually do a good job if they bring in a 3-camera setup on the 10. That'll be the one I go for. If it's a 3-camera setup, I'm going for the 10. I'm going to skip the Pro. If there's a big price difference also, I don't think I'll get the best experience on the Pro just because it's a Pro. Because last year, the 9 and the 10 Pro had the same cameras. Supposedly, like the cameras were the same across the board. It just was missing the one camera. But supposedly, this is a completely different set of cameras, and it's going to be a downgraded cameras on paper. We shall see. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the possibility from them removing the SIM card tray. If you haven't been following along on this, there's a rumor online talking about they're removing the SIM card tray. To me, this is a bad idea. It is a horrible idea. They should not do this. They're going to lose a lot of people. And when I buy the phone, it's not going to be on my primary phone number because I cannot give up my primary phone number as a SIM card to a eSIM because I have to move around to review different phones. And then once I'm done with the review, I want to go back to whatever phone I want to use. I don't want to transfer eSIMs. That is a bad idea. It's a bad idea, and I hope they don't do it. Really. It's the latest rumor, and I hope they don't do it. I hope they do not ditch the SIM card for the eSIM. The purpose of me living unlocked is to have the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it, not to have to go through someone's system just to move my phone number around. So I vote against it, even though I don't have a voice really in that scenario, in that situation. But all I can say is that I hope they don't do it. I hope they don't do it. So what are your thoughts so far? We don't know much, but what we do know is what they're giving us. And they're putting out, and if you go to their YouTube channel, Google's YouTube channel, you'll see all the latest stuff I'm talking about as far as the videos being shown, the videos of the phones being shown. And them kind of taking shots at Apple, which I think is hilarious. You got to admit, though, it's funny. But what do you think about what they're doing? You think they're going about it the right way if they remove the SIM tray? If they put a triple camera setup, but then it's not as powerful, but they use AI to kind of fix it? What do you think about the folding phone that they're going to release? Yeah, it's going to look the same, but it's supposed to have a bigger battery. It's supposed to have better cameras and a slimmer camera module. What do you think about all these things we've discussed? Do you think it's going to hurt them or help them? I personally feel like if the trade-in values are trash this year again, the sales might plummet even more. Because Google's fighting an uphill battle when it comes to the other OEMs. Their feet is planted. And, you know, sad part, Apple doesn't even have a folding phone. And if they release one, it's going to bring havoc to the community itself just because it has the Apple name on it, even if it's not good. Like I said before, Google needs to release a flip style folding phone and try to capture some of that market because this market has taken over. It has always outsold the folding side, the fold side for Samsung, but the Flip 7 really put them on the map, and it's doing extraordinary right now. And I think Google should capitalize in that arena with just one more thing. I think they got to do it, or they're not going to survive in the folding game. They're going to have to go back to slabs or go back to this, because this was a win. It's your man Jay, Google Pixel 10 lineup in 10 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you plan on purchasing. And once they come in and once we see the announcement, I'll be back with my review of the products. Take care.